As we travel around churches, we occasionally find a font made of metal. Actually, they're a very popular thing today. Many parish churches baptise in small metal bowls at the front of the church. And of course, there's that magnificent stainless steel font recently installed in Salisbury Cathedral. But from the medieval period, we have over 30 fonts surviving, all made of cast lead. And in this short video, I want to show you some of my favourite examples and explain how they came into being. There must have been many more, but lead is easily damaged and can be reused for other purposes. Lead fonts are cast flat and then bent into the tub shape and soldered at the vertical join. There are a group of 6 identical fonts in Gloucestershire that must have been cast from the same mould. This is one of them at Frampton upon Severn. A characteristic of the early fonts is arcading around the bowl, which can be plain or contain figures. This one at Walton on the Hill in Surrey has both arcading, figures and foliage decoration in the spandrels. Slightly later, into the early 13th century, arcading disappears, as at Brundall in Norfolk, where we have the crucified Christ repeated between decorative vertical bands. And then decoration goes all together, as here at Childry in Oxfordshire, where a series of identical bishops encircle the bowl. 2 later fonts, both in Kent, are at Witchling and Aythorne. Here, figurative designs have given way to purely decorative schemes. Unsurprising as this one at Aythorne dates from as late as 1628. The finest lead font in the country is at Brookland, on the Romney Marshes. Surely made on the continent, probably in France, as some of the text on the font is in Norman French, it is unlike any other. Its sides are covered with a narrative scheme. On top we find the signs of the zodiac, whilst beneath are the labours of the months corresponding to the zodiac calendar. Here are Leo and Virgo, whilst below haymaking and harvesting is undertaken. Here Gemini and Cancer. Below them a man on a horse hawking and another man scything. At Pycombe in East Sussex, the parishioners covered the font with plaster to save it being melted down for shot during the Civil War. Traces of the plaster remain. Similarly, at Lower Halstow in Kent, the font was encased in plaster to make it look square. It remains forgotten until shelling in the First World War cracked the plaster, revealing the very special lead font underneath. If, like me, you have a tick list of objects to find across England, there's no finer list to follow than lead fonts.